just got off of work, and it is pretty light outside because I usually leave around 5:30 p.m. ish, 5:30 p.m. and the sun's already like way down and it gets really dark. But today on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, usually I leave a little bit earlier than 5:30 because I have classes that I have to get to at home. Um, so today I wanted to talk about a weird kind of phenomenon in the Japanese language. Sa shi su se so. Sa shi su se so. Okay, if you've learned Japanese before, you realize how kind of strange this sound change is, right? Usually in Japanese, we learn things according to the five standard vowels: a, I, u, e, o, a, I, u, e, o. Okay, and then in Japanese, if you want to say a consonant sound, you have to say the consonant sound and then you add the vowel. So for P's, pa, pi, pu, pe, po. For M's, ma, mi, mu, me, mo. For K's, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Ga, gi, gu, ke, go. Right? Da, di, du, de, ro. Right? Japanese. But when learners of Japanese learn the S's, oftentimes they are confused. Well, not confused, but they make the simple mistake of guessing that it goes sa, si, su, se, so. Sa, si, su, se, so. Um, and I understand, yes, you can make that mistake, sasisu so, but you will be quickly corrected by your teacher or your native Japanese friend. They will say, no, 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 no. The S's are sa, shi, su, se, so. Shi, shi. Okay? In English, maybe we would write this with an SH. Okay? A sh sound. Shi. And, you know, you ask, why is it like that? Why is I the only different one from the other vowels? And your friend or your teacher will probably not have an answer for you. Well, that's just the way it is. It's just an exception that you have to learn. So learn it. And you're like, okay, I can get behind that, sure. And then you go out and you learn the T's. All right, the T's. And the T's go like this in Japanese. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Hmm? Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. There's a difference again with I. It's not ta, ti, tsu, te, to. It's ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Okay? Again, we have a difference with I and also a difference with u, and I will talk about u later. Um, when I was learning Japanese, I just memorized it as an exception. This is just an exceptional pronunciation rule kind of thing going on here. I is special. Sa, shi, su, se, so, ta, chi, tsu, te, do. Right? And with the D's, da, ji, zu, de, do. Right? Um, with the Z's, za, ji, zu, ze, zo. Right? It's strange. I. And I never questioned it. I just accepted it for years and years. I started learning Japanese years ago. It's been over a decade. Wow, I've been studying Japanese for over 10 years, and I never thought to question why is I different. And finally, I got kind of an answer when I signed up for a phonology course here in Japan at the Japanese university that I'm going to. A phonology course phonology for those of you who don't know is basically the study of the sounds of a language and the rules that govern which sounds are used in certain environments. Okay, so this is the perfect course, and actually my instructor is the perfect person to answer this question. You know, why is I so special? He's a Japanese man who he specializes in phonology, and I think he specializes in English phonology or something like that. His English is phenomenal. Um, but we weren't even talking about this topic one night, but he brought it up as an example. And he said, some vowels, when you take an introductory linguistics course, you will learn this, but some vowels are called tense. Tense. And this means that they are articulated, they are uttered at a slightly more extreme position. Your tongue has to work a little bit harder to utter these sounds. E is one of those tense vowels. We call it a tense vowel, E. And your tongue, again, your tongue kind of tenses up a little more compared to non-tense vowels. Another tense vowel, I believe, U, U is another one, U. And he said, yeah, with tense vowels, oftentimes, and it's not just Japanese, in many other languages, that tenseness, that tense vowel will cause sounds around it to change. Usually, that is a trend that linguists see when they study the phonetics, of a certain language. So in Japanese, this kind of explains why, or this explains why she, we say she instead of si. Sa si su se so, sa shi su se so, and it also kind of explains why we say tsu and not tu. Okay, the u is another tense vowel, and so it will sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes change the surrounding sound. So the t sound is transformed a little bit to ts, ts, ts. Okay, it's like a really tense S going on there, or like a TS. When we romanize Japanese, ts is romanized to TSU. But yeah, that is the simple answer. That is the linguistic answer for why Japanese has this kind of strangeness going on, this kind of exception when it comes to the S's and when it comes to the T's, and by extension, the Z's and the D's as well. I'm curious, for those of you watching who know another language, do you also see this phenomenon in your language, in the phonetics of your language? Do the sounds surrounding E or U have a slight alteration? So if you do speak another language, or you know another language that has this, please let me know. I would love to hear about it and find out. Just a little phonetics lesson for you guys today. I won't make this video long. I'm thinking tomorrow maybe I'll do a drive with me in the morning. We will see. All right, have a good night, morning, afternoon, wherever you guys are. It's night, it's evening here in Japan. I love you guys. Thank you always for watching and for your support. If no one's told you yet today, you are valued, you are valuable, you are awesome, and you are doing great. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.